Hi guys, as we approach the 25th anniversary of the Good Friday Agreement, ex and some current politicians will be asked to provide their take on how things have gone over the last 2.5 decades. But elected representatives weren't the only ones being asked their opinions on the Good Friday Agreement and Brexit. Actor Liam Neeson, a native of Ballymena, was asked by Beth Rigby of Sky News about Brexit. He had a bit of a go at our old friend Sammy Wilson of the DUP here. Have a listen.
I wonder too what you think about this, whether some of the, Brexit and some of the tensions around post-Brexit trading in Northern Ireland and some of the divisions that all caused or brought things to bubble up to the surface again. Do you ever think sort of UK politicians, our own politicians, have been responsible for stoking divisions?
You're opening a big book there, I mean, 3-4 prime ministers in the past 3 years or something? I don't know where to begin with that one. I try and follow what's happening politically, and I'm from the north of Ireland, of course, very proud to be from there. Because I think it gave me a work ethic too. Protestants and Catholics, there's a wonderful thing about Northern Irish people. They do have this wonderful work ethic, But on the world stage, when you see what's happening in Ukraine and stuff, and there's a politician talking about we have to get our sausages in from Britain into Belfast, it's like, oh, come on, seriously, is this where we're at?
There are bigger things.
There's bigger things, but I know the sausages are important in a scheme of things, and it's being resolved.
Well, yeah, and hopefully the power sharing arrangement will get going again in Stormont, because it's important, isn't it?
They have to get back to work.
Yeah.
They're representing the people of the north of Ireland. Get back to work. You're drawing the salary still.
Okay, so of course the reference was to Sammy Wilson of the DUP, who was complaining about the lack of availability of sausages produced in Great Britain in Northern Ireland. Of course, as Liam Neeson pointed out, it was resolved. These issues get resolved. I've said on I don't know how many occasions, Brexit was the fire, the Northern Ireland Protocol is the fire extinguisher. And while the DUP don't want to use the fire extinguisher, they would prefer to have a fire burning also in Northern Ireland. The majority of people, including businesses, want the protocol to work. And it has worked. Whenever a problem has arisen, the framework of the protocol has allowed for that problem to be resolved. Now, it's also interesting how they brought up the point about whether British politicians are meddling in Northern Ireland or stoking tensions. And this is a real concern, because we have Brexiteers in particular in England talking about Northern Ireland and not understanding Northern Ireland, not understanding the balance, the very delicate balance that exists to maintain peace there, and how it can be, it can be broken at any point, because we have a new generation, a young generation growing up who have lived within the framework of peace, have only lived under a time when loyalist and Republican paramilitaries were silent. And they don't understand the troubles. They didn't live through them. And there's a risk that they will ignore the old guard and be a bit more radical, to put it mildly. There is that concern. And it's important that you have politicians on both sides, but principally politicians in England not stoking this for their own political gain. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.